Asmon put out a video talking about TBC that everyone wanted to watch. The topic is how Blizzard is destroying TBC, which is kind of true. Kind of true. Yeah, kind of true. Let me play this.
Hey guys, it's me again. And today I want to talk to you all about the Burning Crusade beta and some of the more controversial changes that have...
Dude, I have spent so much time playing this beta. Like, dude, I've probably played this beta more than anyone else. I'm playing this beta, like... dude, I'm playing this beta more time off stream than I am actually on stream. And I've been streaming 14 hours a day every single day. So just to clarify, I'm playing the beta more off stream. So if I'm playing the beta 14 hours on stream, I'm playing the beta at least 15 hours a day off stream, which adds up to more hours than there are in the entire fucking day. That's how much I'm playing this fucking beta.
Have been announced and data mined inside
35 hours a day
beta and just in general for Burning Crusade Classic. For those of you guys who have been keeping up with the news, I think you know pretty much what I'm going to be talking about. And for those of you guys who have been keeping up with my content, you probably know pretty much what I'm going to say.
Yeah.
But before I get into the actual information, I'm going to talk about the two issues that have happened and pretty much just make you guys aware of what's going on. So number one is the level 58 boost. Now this got announced as soon as Burning Crusade Classic got announced, and for the most part people were about 50-50 on being okay with it. I'd say maybe even 60-40 with most people being okay with it. Now, whenever this was announced, the way that it was announced was that there was going to be a one-time only boost that you could use on any character that was not a Draenei or not a Blood Elf to avoid instantly getting level 58 Alliance Shaman or an instant level 58 Horde Paladin. You have to level those yourself. But all of the other classes, all of the other races, you can level up immediately with just the click of a button, and also I'm sure the swipe of a credit card, and that will get you a level 58 character that can go immediately into the Dark Portal and immediately into the Burning Crusade content. So that's the first thing that we're going to talk about, and then the second thing we're going to talk about is going to be a mount. Now this mount was data mined I think 2 or 3 days ago at this point, and what it was, and this mount was data mined out of the Burning Crusade beta. It was not data mined from Retail WoW. It wasn't data mined from some weird, it could be a reward for Retail WoW though, right? This is a brand new mount that was data mined out of the Burning Crusade beta, and the mount itself is a Warp Stalker that has similar textures to what you would see in the Burning Crusade. If you looked at any of the other store mounts that Blizzard's added in over the past years or so, you'd know that it seems like they put a lot more work into those store mounts. And this mount doesn't really follow the same paradigm. It's much lower res, and it's a Warp Stalker. I mean, this is one of the most signature and iconic species in Burning Crusade. I think it's relatively obvious that this was probably added in to be going into Burning Crusade. And the question that everybody is asking is, how does it go into the game? Is this going to be a 6-month sub option? Is this going to be a collector's edition option?
I just want to pull this up again. I never really actually looked at it too closely, so this is what it looks like. Yeah, this is it. It's pretty low res. It actually is pretty low res. There's no way this is for retail. There's no way. Like, there is no way that this is for retail. Wow. This is going to be for TBC. Like, 100%. This is way too shitty for retail. Yep. Yep. Wow. So cool. It has a nice fat ass. Oh my god. Look at it. Look at how wide it's... oh god. That thing is large and in charge. Okay, anyway.
Is this going to be some form of a gold sink to offset the gold that's going from TBC from Classic? Nobody really knows, but after the first boost came out, I think that many people are assuming it's going to either be some form of collector's edition, or it's going to be some form of 6-month sub bonus. If I had to bet on something, I'd say it's a 6-month sub bonus. But before I get into that, I do want to talk about the boost and the impact that I think that it's going to have on the game. Now, the main thing to me is that before I watched, there's a very, very great video about this by Mad Season, and it's longer than my videos. It is a 1-hour video talking about this level boost and giving people his take which ultimately comes down to the fact that the level boost is not good for the game. It's not good for the game fundamentally, it's not good for the game pragmatically, and it's also not good for the game on philosophical level. I think that Classic WoW, I've been made aware of this many times whenever I've taken gold from anybody or had any of my characters power leveled. There is a way to play Classic WoW that I think everybody generally has an idea of, and things that run counter to that are generally looked down upon in the community. And some of those things have become more okay, but I think that one thing that has not become okay, and ironically one of the reasons why we have Classic, is microtransactions. I find it very unfortunate that Blizzard took the community's willingness to accept any changes, or not any changes, but a certain degree of changes in the Burning Crusade Classic, hashtag some changes, and they took that to mean that, oh, well, that means you want microtransactions. Actually, Blizzard, microtransactions and level boosts are probably one of the only things that the hashtag some changes and hashtag no changes group can agree on 100% should not be in the fucking game. But surprise, 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 guess what makes some money? And guess what ends up in the game?
What are the odds that they don't end up doing the 58 boost? Like, is there any chance in hell that they say, you know what, guys, we're not going to do the 58 boost? 0? Yeah, I think it's probably 0%. Yeah.
And I think this is the ultimate reality, is that Blizzard might pass this off as more accessibility, but whenever money's the option and money's an outcome, I think it's also the reason, especially whenever you've got a company that's so fucking greedy that it's firing hundreds of people at the same time that their CEO is getting a $200 million bonus. So yeah, conspiracy Andy here, I think it's because of money. Anyway, so going back to the boost, I was originally ambivalent towards the boost.
Reasonable
I was
assumption.
not particularly upset about it. I was not particularly angry. I thought it was a disappointment. I didn't like it. I did think that it was not, really truly in the Burning Crusade spirit to just be able to literally pay the developers of the game to increase the the level of your character. I mean, you can say that, oh, mage boosting is the same thing, but it is not.
Yeah,
mage boosting
it's really
is absolutely not the same thing in my mind, but I'll talk.
There's also, you see this on the forums or anytime people talk about this idea that nothing, like once TBC comes out, nothing, everything prior to level 58 is irrelevant. Like nothing that's not TBC matters. It's totally not true. Like the Azeroth world is actually still very relevant and adds and like pumps in a lot of resources, and it actually has a really big impact on TBC still.
Talk about that later. So, I was pretty much ambivalent towards this. I didn't really care a whole lot. I thought it was stupid, but...
It's not true. All right, let me ask you a very simple question. Okay. On your level 58 boosted Warlock, which professions are you going to have? Tailoring? Enchanting, maybe? Okay, how do you level tailoring? You need some linen cloth. You need some wool cloth. You need some silk cloth, maybe. A little bit of mage weave, a little bit of rune cloth. Where does that shit drop? Pre-Outland, right? And there's like 10 million more examples.
It's whatever, right? Just happy to get TBC.
G2G? Yeah, there you go.
And then I watched the 1-hour video by Mad Season about it, and I saw all of the problems that this was going to create.
If you want like a little bit less of a facetious answer, okay, the best shoulder enchant in TBC is the one that drops off of Saffron and Kel'Thuzad, or a Saffron and Nextrammus. So if you want to be as good as you can in TBC, you're actually going to go back and run Saffron to get your shoulder enchant. The best in slot, or the best weapon oil for casters you can put on your weapon in TBC is still the Brilliant Wizard Oil right now you can get in Vanilla WoW. So people are going to still be farming Fire Bloom and Large Brilliant Shards back in the old world. People use Dark Runes. People use Demonic Runes while raiding in TBC, which you can get in Felwood, or in Ajara, or in Dire Maul East, or in Skullomance. People still use, I'm trying to think of another example, people use the Greater Demon Slaying Elixir. If you're, so the Greater Demon Slaying Elixir is best for melee if you're fighting demons, which is like half the bosses in Burning Crusade, which people farm. It's like Grave Moss or whatever the fuck you need to make that, which is Scarlet, like wherever the fuck you get that stuff. Like there's a ton of examples. So the people that I made that joke a minute ago, and then people are like in the chat, wrong, not true. It's like actually really fucking true. It actually is really, really, really fucking true.
And I think probably the strongest
Ghost
argument in
mushrooms,
that
yep,
entire
yep.
video is the fact that it's going to create the barrier to entry. It's going to make the barrier to entry for bots to actually make a sizable and an economic impact on the server's economy a much easier thing to do. It's going to lower that barrier to entry so much. So right now, the way that it works is you have to level up a character, and one of the most prolific ways of making gold in Classic WoW, and this is also going to translate into Burning Crusade, is through rogues doing pickpockets and BRD. Sorry, my hair is a little bit, I really do mean my hair, that not plural, but
Jesus fuck, it's 1 boost per account. It literally changes nothing, in all caps, unless Blizzard goes all fuckface and adds it unlimited. Those who farm shit already has characters. Botower already has, you probably mean Botter, already has thousands of characters. Fucking moot points. So anyway, this is like the intellect level of someone who is pro boost. I just want to highlight this. Everyone here that isn't completely fucking brain dead, take note of this guy. C-Falch, this is the person that is pro boost. I'm not going to ban him, but I think he'll probably see his way to anyway. That is what it is.
Just singular. My hair's doing whatever it wants. Anyway, so BRD is a very popular spot for rogues to bot because it just gets them a lot of gold. And on top of that, that gold is raw gold primarily, which means that it's injected into the economy with no other resources to chase that gold, which is...
LMAO mad because he's right. You know what I'm going to do? Like, I've been saying this. I'm actually going to hard commit to this. I am actually hard committing to this. I have had so many of these people come in chat. I see it on the forum, see it on YouTube comments. I've had so many people tell me personally that the boost is not pay to win, that I have decided I'm going to invest $1,000 in boosts. So, and you can do it. I'll do 1 month per account. I'm gonna put $1,000 into it. Okay. And so what that means is it's $15 plus 60 for the boost. Okay, so 75. So 1,000 divided by 75. I'm going to boost 13 level 58 characters, and I will show you personally every single day on stream how pay to win it is. I will show you. I will get rich as fuck doing this. I will show you how pay to win it is.
Is your textbook definition of inflation. So the negative economic impact of making a boost available for botters that they can immediately go to level 58 and immediately start farming and not have to take that time to level their character up creates the amount of time inside of the botting loop of creating the character, having the character farm, and having it get banned. That entire creating the character part of the loop is completely removed. So it makes it much easier.
I'm in favor of boosting because I never had we're not even going to watch this video at this pace. Oh, we're having such good discussions. Well, hold up. I'm in favor of boosting because I never had time to play Classic. I started on release, but I got busy with work and quit at level 23. This is why I can finally play with friends. I only have 2 hours a week to play. Dude, this is like, I don't know if you're joking. This is like the post on the fucking Classic Reddit. It's like, hey guys. Hey, did my power just go out? Wait, what the fuck? Yo, wait, what the fuck just happened? Yo, I think my light bulb was dying. What the fuck? Anyway, it's like, oh, there it is. No, there it is. Okay, I think the light bulb's back. No, it's like the post that you see. It's like the copy post. It's like, hey guys, I finally hit level 10. You see, I have 7 wives, 57 children. I'm a NASA astronaut. And I'm a fucking, doctor. I'm a gastroenterologist. I only have 15 seconds a week to play this game. I finally hit level 10. Give me some Reddit karma, boys. Like, oh man, dude. Like, I don't know. Like, the question is like, should the game be balanced? If you're true, okay? If you're lying, should the game be balanced around people that can only play the game 2 hours a week? And by the way, like, I'll take your comment at face value. If you can only play the game 2 hours a week, it's going to take you, just FYI, for the average person, I'll say it takes probably 4 days /played to get to 70. 4 days /played. So 4 days times 24 hours divided by 2. It's going to take you 48 weeks. It's going to take you 48 weeks. How many days is that? 48 times 7. It's going to take you 336 days. It's going to take you 1 year to get to 70. You're going to be level 70 a year after fucking Burning Crusade comes out.
for these botting services to immediately get right back into farming gold and injecting that gold into the economy and further devaluing everybody else's money.
Wait, what's this comment? You have been playing 14 hour. Wait. Hold up. Wait, where was it? You have been playing almost 12-hour days. You're kidding. No, there's no way you're this dumb. You're kidding. You have been playing almost 12-hour days, a day since the beta release, and you're only level 64. Your math is way off. Oh, man, dude. I can't even. Okay, I'm moving. I'm watching the video.
That they worked legitimately for in the game. And I think this is a huge problem, and the fact that the 58 boost is going to just remove that massive barrier to entry for bots is terrible. And I know what some people who are really smart might say. Well, Blizzard just needs to ban the bots. That's a great dude. I've been thinking that same thing for 15 years, man. That's a good brain idea right there. Man, I wonder if that'll ever happen. I've been waiting for it for 15 years and it hasn't. So let's be a little bit more realistic, okay? What are the odds of Blizzard actually removing these bots before they actually make a sizable impact on the economy? I would say it's pretty much zero. It's pretty much not going to happen.
Very true.
You can act like it might. You can act like, oh, well, what if Blizzard does? They haven't. They haven't in 15 years. They never have. They have a very specific way of dealing with bots that's pretty much as easy as possible for them to do. And then the bots just come back later and they just keep doing the same thing. So I think this is unrealistic to expect Blizzard to solve this problem by better moderation. It's just probably not going to happen at the end of the day because it never has. I think it's just a realistic outcome. It's pragmatic. So anyway, another.
Do you think Blizzard could do player moderators? Do you think Blizzard could do player moderators? Like Jagex does it, but I don't know with the WoW community. I don't know, man. Let me see. This is a case of elitist gatekeeping. Us casual players are the ones actually keeping Blizzard alive, playing subs and buying tokens. We deserve to see the game content. This boost saves me a year. You know, here's the thing. In your case, it would take a year to get to 58 and then another year to get to 70, right? So you still have a year of leveling to go from 58 to 70. That's already going to be 1 year. So you're right. Without the boost, you would be hitting 70 around the time Wrath Lich King pre-patch came out, right? So, you know what? Yeah, no, you're right.
Another thing that I want to talk about here is the philosophy of the game. And this is, again, more of a hard sell for a lot of people because everybody's philosophy of what Vanilla WoW or Burning Crusade is of course going to be different. Everybody looks at it in one different way or another. Many people have that perspective that's nuanced by their own nostalgia, and that's me included. But I do think that inside a lot of those perspectives and those philosophies, many of the resounding things are the idea of leveling up your own character and going through the journey of the game. And I think that's one of the reasons why Classic WoW is successful is the focus on not just the end game. And overall, and over the course of the game's expansions and everything, we've seen the scope of what the game really is. And this is in Vanilla WoW. Let's say this is 1, this is 60, and this was Vanilla WoW. And Burning Crusade was about right here, and then by Wrath of the Lich King, you were getting to pretty much just level 80 content, and the focus was more around the max level content. And nowadays in Shadowlands, and I think this really began probably in Mists of Pandaria or somewhere around there, maybe Warlords of Draenor, especially whenever they added the level boost, the entire idea of leveling was removed from part of the experience, and it was then just considered an annoyance, this holdover from the old days whenever you actually had to play the game to get a character. And I feel like it's very unfortunate that we see Classic WoW going down the exact same road that Retail WoW went down, which caused Retail WoW to...
I feel like leveling in Retail WoW is no longer leveling. Like the point is not leveling. The point is to shove this new expansion story and dialogue down your throat. It's like lore and dialogue you are forced to do and can't skip. It's not about the level. It's not about the journey of leveling. It's just about the fucking dialogue and story, right? And it's fucking tedious.
Alienate people, and then those people started asking for Classic WoW. Now they've gotten Classic WoW, and again we're going down the same road again. And it's very unfortunate for me to hear as well the same type of arguments. I've been against this ever since I was in high school, really. I didn't even really like TCG mounts whenever they came out in Burning Crusade, but I was more...
You know what's funny? Like, I remember being a kid. I remember playing Vanilla WoW on TBC, and like you'd hear people like buying gold and stuff like this, even back in the day. The initial reason why I hated gold buying, I'm like 11 years old. I'm like 12 years old. The reason why I hated gold buying from like day one, and like I played RuneScape also, like people would buy gold in fucking RuneScape and stuff. The reason why I hated it is because we were fucking poor. And like, if I was 12 and we had money, yeah, I probably would have done it. I'd be like, yo, mom, dude, we were fucking broke. That's why I was just like fucking jelly, dude.
I was more okay with that than just straight up store mounts, because at least the TCG mount's value is based off of supply and demand, and not just the number that they put on the Blizzard store. But
it's pretty much a certainty that most of the players who are pro boost because of IRL time constraints will quit before 70. I wish Blizz would listen to the other 90% of the anti-boost.
I mean, yeah, I think you're right. I think in general, I think the boost is catered to like two different demographics. The boost, first and foremost, is catered towards, like, Blizzard knows these people are not going to stick around very long. It's like a very easy cash grab. They're going to buy one boost. They're going to get to level 62. They're going to get bored. They're going to quit. These are the same people that got to level 23 in Classic WoW, decided they didn't have time or didn't like the game that much, and then left. So I think people are going to, like, buy a boost, be like, oh, yeah, I played TBC back when I was a teenager. I'm going to come. Oh, Hellfire Peninsula. Oh, Void Reaver. Haha, that's crazy. Then they get bored and leave, right? And then, okay, Evarison is fucking going up. I'm gonna read your comment here in a second. And then the boost, the second demographic is catered towards are the people that currently play Classic WoW that are looking to super min-max. So it's like people that play Classic, have disposable income, can play a fuck ton. I guess like maybe I would fit in that category where it's like, yeah, it's like it's almost too good of an offer to pass up, which is why it shouldn't even be offered at all. You know what I mean? Evarison, I work 3 jobs, weekdays 9 to 5, 6 to 10 at 7-Eleven, working the till, and I work 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. on Saturdays and Sunday at KFC to support my family. I only have 1 hour on Saturday and Sunday morning to play some WoW. We make up the majority of the WoW players. I don't know, like, when I imagine what the majority of World of Warcraft players are, I imagine, like, Scandinavian men who don't have jobs. Who fits into that category? Is that you? That's you? Yep, that's you. Okay, well, there. I see. I told you. I knew it. I told you.
Regardless of that, I'm very disappointed to see us retracing the exact same footsteps, using the exact same arguments. Oh, I don't have time to play the game. Let me give you a little bit of a news flash here, okay?
Okay.
If you don't have time to play the game and level up your own character, I don't think you're probably going to have time to do all the attunements in Burning Crusade either. And even if you do, I don't like the idea that if you don't want to play certain parts of the game, you just simply don't play those parts of the game. And I think that's led to more segmentation, it's led to more player segregation, and it's in general made the game a more unhealthy and less connected place over the years. So I think that entire mindset is extremely unhealthy for the game, and Blizzard catering to that mindset I also think is unhealthy. And the other reason why I think the mindset is unhealthy is that it completely subverts what I think the game is supposed to be about. And the game, to a certain degree, whenever I played back in 2006, what I wanted to do is level up my character and experience the game. And the experience started at level 1. The experience did not start at level 60. The experience did not start at level 58. It did not start at level 70. Now, that was the goal, but the truth is that that goal is only meaningful if you spend those levels working towards it. Because, and this is something, this is more theoretical, but I do really believe that for a lot of players, leveling content is the best content that they can have as being a casual, because it's self-directed. If you're level...
I know this sounds weird, but maybe Blizzard wants to make the boost an option because these people who don't have enough time to play WoW are going to not pay for WoW anyways. Well, they might buy the boost and in turn pay Blizzard the $50 anyways, but still quit when if the boost wasn't an option, they wouldn't pay for WoW at all. Yeah, exactly. I think you nailed it. I think it's a very easy, lazy cash grab to capitalize on people's nostalgia of TBC. Like, simply put, I think that's what it is. That's the demographic it's catered at, right? I think that's
35,
it. Yes.
you know you
Yes.
need to get to level 36. Max level content is much more. It's much more up to you. You can do what you want to do. You can be a PvPer, you can be a PvEer, you can be a pet battler, you can farm mounts or whatever. But I think that one thing that the game struggles with is really giving players direction once they hit that max level. And I think that's also simultaneously one of the beautiful things about Classic WoW and Burning Crusade is that in the absence of giving that direction, it allowed players to find their own. And nowadays, players are much more goal-oriented than they used to be. People care about beating the game. They want to do it in the most optimum way possible. Meta slaves, etc. I'm partly a meta slave as well.
That guy have to work 3 jobs to support his family, yet he wanna pay for boost and pays for monthly sub. He might have more problems in life than just Vegas wipe.
Of course I am. Why wouldn't I be? It's the best way to play the game. It's the easiest way. I like optimizing things. It's fun.
Well, yeah, it's actually fucked up, right? Because if Blizzard offers a boost that this guy in chat is going to buy instead of feed his own children, I think Blizzard is responsible for that, right? Blizzard is responsible for the bad spending habits of their customers. Like, Blizzard is actually causing his children to starve to death. Not cool, Blizzard. Not cool.
For me. So anyway,
not cool, dude.
The point that I'm making is that obviously while the game and society and gaming culture and gamer behavior has changed over the years, I don't find that as a rationalization to completely remove one of the experiences that made World of Warcraft, World of Warcraft. It's World of Warcraft, not World of Outland. And I think that adding in a level boost in this way is just going to cheapen the content for a lot of people. It's going to be overwhelming for a lot of them who've never really played this class before, maybe a first-time Burning Crusade player. They get boosted in and they have 35 abilities and they have no idea what they do. Nobody wants to play with them, or even worse, they do play with them. They realize they're boosted and this person gets kicked out, immediately has a bad experience, and probably quits the game. So I think this boosted experience here, it's almost setting players up to fail, and it's.
You know what's bad? Like, I'm actually, I'm the one that's gonna be bad with this. Like, even on the beta, where it's just like the fucking beta, I haven't done anything with anyone that's level 58 boost. Like, I can tell. I look at their gear. They're level 58. They're 59. They're 60. They're in dog shit ass gear. Like, I have actually intentionally not played with them because I know their gear is shit. They're probably dog shit. It's just gonna be a bad time.
Also setting Blizzard up to fail because
it's already
the level
happening.
70 content I don't think is as dynamic, and it's not as compelling for a casual player as the leveling content is, because players don't really know how to make their own decisions and set their own goals. There are a lot of people who, after they finish a game, they quit the game, and I think that many people view that as max level in video games as well. It's the same with WoW. They do some stuff around to max level, then they stop after they hit it. That's just basic player behavior. How many of you guys have ever stopped playing a game after you beat it? How many of you guys, if you're rating Nax, had people quit Nax after they killed Kel'Thuzad for the first or second time? It's just the way people are. So just advancing closer to that finish line, I don't really think is doing anybody any favors. The fact is that it's just, again, I think it's disappointing to see the exact same things happen to Classic that happen to retail that cause people to want Classic. Microtransactions, and also the second thing that I want to talk about here, store mounts or paid mounts, promotional mounts in one way, shape, or form, are not something that I know I don't like, and I don't think a lot of other players like either. And the truth is, and the reason why I don't like these things is I think that a lot of people always...
Dude, you know who hates the TBC Collector's Edition mount more than anyone else? Like, you think we hate the mount? Because we're like the classic guys. We're like, yo, we don't want this new mount in TBC. Da-da-da. Our hatred for the mount is nothing compared to retail players that are mad about it. Because retail players are like, yo, Blizzard, why are you making new, unique mounts for fucking classic TBC? We deserve to be able to buy those mounts. You need to sell us that mount. I've seen that comment on the forums like 10 million times. Like, they're mad that in retail, they're not being sold the mount. Give it to them? Yeah, they should. Yeah, let them have it. Let them have that shit.
It's like to meme about caring about cosmetics, like, oh, it's just a cosmetic. The fact is that look in real life. Look how many people care about cosmetics in real life. Why the fuck do you buy a Lamborghini? You can't drive 200 miles an hour with a Lamborghini.
You buy a Lambo because no one else has it. That's like that's what makes expensive, rare, unique things cool. It's because no one else has it. So it's like when they add a mount, like the wandering, they just added this mount in retail, the wandering ancient mount. You log in, you get this mount for free. Everyone has it. It's fucking lame because everyone has it. It doesn't matter how cool it looks. The fact that everyone has it makes it fucking lame. I'm gonna be honest. Okay, this is a super maybe nuclear Holocaust level take. Okay, I think the Scarab mount looks fucking terrible. Like I actually think it looks so fucking bad. I think it looks so fucking bad. It's such an ugly mount, but it's cool because most people don't have it. That's it. So you use it. Because you're flexing on the people that don't have it, and that's why it's cool. That's it.
You buy it to show off.
Atiesh is ugly. Yes, Atiesh looks like a fucking turd on a stick. It's terrible. It's a fucking ugly legendary weapon. But you RP walk around fucking Storm with it because other people don't have it and you do, and that's it, baby. That's all it is.
Why the fuck do you buy designer clothes? Is the Supreme t-shirt that's $55 that says Supreme on it, is that really 20 times better than the $5 shirt at Walmart? Probably it's not, but you get to show off because you have the money to do that. The fact is that if you look at cosmetics from a very metaphorical state, and you look at how much people are motivated by cosmetics even in real life now, cosmetics are a driving force and a driving factor in almost everybody's life. So to say that cosmetics don't matter, I think, is just to completely ignore human nature. And whenever I look at these store mounts and these things added into the game, what I'm starting to realize is that Blizzard doesn't know what human nature is anymore. They don't understand how special it was for people to see that guy on the gladiator mount whenever everyone else was riding griffins, and this guy's riding an armored nether drake, and everybody sees them.
That's gonna be neat.
It's like, holy shit, this is really cool.
Dude, I'm gonna have a really big problem in TBC. It's because when I'm sitting there AFK in Chatrath, like, I don't know if I should be on my Scarab mount or my Gladiator mount. And also, I don't know if I should use my rank 1 Gladiator title or my Scarab title. So I'm going to have to, like, you know, figure that out when TBC's out. It's going to be a really hard decision. Oh, fuck. It's going to be so hard, man.
And that experience that you have gets diminished the more other types of special things are in the game. It's the same reason why Ashes of Alar doesn't have the same... it doesn't matter as much as it used to. And it's also the same reason because Ashes of Alar is easier to get. You can make that argument, but think about it like this. How many people gave a shit about the Mythic Mounts mount back in BFA? Not that many. And the reason for that is because they were already on Invincible. They were already on Ashes of Alar. They were already on their Gladiator mount. They were already on Gmod. Not me, but they were. And what I'm trying to get at here is that whenever everybody else is riding a Griffin and the one guy has the armored nether drake, or the one guy has that Ashes of Alar, that makes it even more special by basis of comparison. And whenever you add all of these other special cool looking mounts, you diminish the value of the ones that actually exist in the game indirectly. And I think this is something that a lot of people might feel uncomfortable talking about. And the reason for that is I believe that people don't really like to admit this to themselves, because to some degree it's vain. It's meaningless, it's vain, and it's silly to a certain degree.
You ever sitting there in Stormwind and you're wearing your sick ass fucking gear, right? You're on like your rare mount, and you see some guy run, and then he stops in front of you. And just for you try to do as fast as possible. You click on him and then you click off. You target him for just 1/10 of 1 second, and then you click off. And you only do it to see if he's targeting you. Yeah. That's the good. And then he is. Oh, he has you. He's sitting there fucking inspecting, taking a look. Yeah, that's it. That's
but the truth is that silliness is what drives people. And that silliness is what makes people work hard and try and spend all day farming for a special item so they can be the special boy. And if you make everybody special, then nobody is. And whenever you see people riding around on all of their special looking mounts, nobody really feels like they're the shining star of the city whenever everybody is the shining star of the city. It just doesn't really feel the same. Exclusivity creates value, and if you don't have exclusivity, then you can't really have that same type of value. It's the same reason why people don't give a shit about the Ancient Mount. The only thing the Wandering Ancient Mount is good for is making big RP wall lines around Oribos, which is pretty much the main content of Shadowlands at this point. So what I'm trying to get at here is that I think that from like a psychological level, adding extra mounts like this into the game is not good for the game. And hopefully I've made that clear and I've explained why I think that. Now, also I want to talk about the paid aspect for it and the fallacy of the slippery slope. And I think this is really funny to me because whenever the boost came out, everybody said, oh, well, what do you mean? Like, this isn't a slippery slope. They're just going to do the boost. And then, what is it, a month later, less than a month later, now we're starting to see a brand new mount that could potentially be on the store? Isn't that interesting? I think that slippery slope fallacy is only a fallacy if you can't connect the two things together. Fact is that it's not a slippery slope fallacy, it's experience. And what experience is that? 15 years of playing retail WoW. If you were to tell somebody back in Burning Crusade, remember they added TCG mounts, that they'd have a level boost sometime in the future, they'd probably never believe it. But by the time that, I think it was Mists of Pandaria came around, and players had already been acclimated to buying those store helmet transmogs, the pets, and the mounts, and I think a couple of other things at that point too, like a gender change or something. At that point, it was okay to do the level boost because they had already acclimated people to the idea of buying these kinds of things on the store. And the way this works is very slow. And this is also something that's, people ask me all the time, why is retail WoW, why do people not have the same enthusiasm for retail WoW that they used to? Why do people not care about things in retail WoW like they used to? And there was never a day that happened. There was never, it was like, oh, the day that LFR came out, retail WoW died. No, that's not what happened at all. It was the death of 1,000 cuts. And I think this is really where we're at. This is just one of those cuts. And the fact is that as soon as you start
he's definitely right. For me, there actually was a day. Like, there actually was a day for me when WoW died. And it's about the time I quit, but it obviously was a very, very slow creep. The day was patch 4.0.1. It was Cataclysm pre-patch. And you're flying around Azeroth. I got on my mount. I'm flying around Azeroth for the very first time, exploring all the new zones. And it was like every memory I had from Vanilla and TBC and Wrath, leveling up alts through Azeroth, all the zones I loved and had nostalgia and memories, and like, oh, here's where I met that friend, and here's where I did this and that and this, all these cozy zones, all of that was fucking wiped, gone. And then you have these kind of gross, like, I get the theme of Cata, you know, the world is fucked up, and there's volcanoes and fissures, and everything's broken, but it's like, okay, that might be the theme, that doesn't make it a fun world to be in. It's like everywhere you go is super uncozy, everything's fucked up, everything is like destroyed, you know, it's like, I get that's the theme of the expansion, but it's not cozy at all to be, dude, the vanilla world is so good. It's so fucking cozy, dude.
These mounts in the game, I don't think that Blizzard is going to stop. This is just the truth. I don't think they're going to stop. Why do I think that? Because they didn't. Last time in retail WoW. Did they stop at the Celestial Steed? No, they did not. Now they have mounts for Chinese New Year. They have mounts for 6-month subs. And then that mount transitions into being a store mount. And then they actually just have store mounts. And then they have mounts they do for charity, or pets they do for charity, which is pretty good. I think that's all right. I will accept that. But then after the charity duration is over, then they just make all the money afterwards. So don't just think that Blizzard is doing this completely out of the goodness of their heart. But overall, I will accept the charity mounts, or the charity pets. That is definitely the lesser of two evils. Anyway, the point that I'm making here is that these mounts are... Do you think that... Here's a simple question, right? Do you think that whenever they add this mount in, and this mount is used...
What is this? Ashes, good luck getting it before Kale got nerfed. The only thing that mattered, and any OG looked forward to, was world PvP, world bosses. You had to PvE to be good at PvP, period. Rogues get glaives later, and PvEers fucked over everyone because they bitched and bitched about World PvP. First ashes you see fly down to gank you, you know you're already fucked. TBC is not for noobs or the faint-hearted. People will get wrecked and complain it can't find us, you know. Oh man, like these people like this existed back in 2007. Like I never would have guessed that people would be behaving the same way and acting equally as cringe in the year 2021, right? Like, oh man, dude.
To incentivize a 6-month sub, and the mount is usable in Retail WoW and in Burning Crusade Classic, and it increases the subs, and a lot of people are using it. Do you think they're just going to talk to themselves and get into a meeting and say, wow, guys, we made a lot of money on that. Well, I know one thing for sure. We're never going to do that again. What do you think is going to happen in Tier 5? What do you think is going to happen in Tier 6? Do you think they're just going to decide, yeah, we've made enough money now and we're not going...
You know what's weird? I saw a comment. It's actually very, very true. Where was it? He said, I mean, okay, it was Dr. Phil. Dr. Fellatio TV. I almost called you Dr. Phil. Sorry, it's actually Dr. Fellatio. My bad. He says, I mean, everyone has their opinion and you give yours. I was thinking about streamers and like YouTubers the other day. Like, literally anyone can make YouTube videos and like, you know, complain about the shit they want to complain about. Anyone can flip on a stream and do their WoW stream and complain about whatever the fuck they want to bitch about, or like they can give their opinion. Like literally anyone can do that. And all a streamer is someone that actually had the motivation to actually do that and say, you know what? I'm going to flip on a stream and make a video and complain about this shit. And then enough people agreed that they ended up being able to do it for a living. Like how like, you know, like meta and weird is that, right? You should do it. Literally anyone can do it. Like I mean, if I can do it, literally anyone can do it. That's all you got. You just got to do it.
Mounts? No, of course they're going to keep doing it because there's a profit incentive to do so. And the truth is, and this is unfortunate.
These are the kind of players that are pro boost. Watch it, please. Okay, let me see. What is this? Hold up. Wait, pause. Let me see.
O kurde. Let's go.
Corruption. Soulfire. Soulfire.
Ale on to długo kastuje, no pojebane.
Oh, okay, listen, dude. Like, just because he sucks doesn't mean he's pro boost. I don't know. Just like don't assume his motives just because he sucks at WoW, or maybe he's memeing around. Who cares? Whatever. Let me keep playing this.
Fortunate, but it's true.
That was hilarious, man.
Nobody really cares.
He boosted. Okay, no, he's playing the beta. By the way, so on the beta you can make a level 58 character template that has like really shitty green gear. Like if you make it like a template warlock, you have literally 0 spell power. All of your gear is like green with intellect spell power or intellect stamina, no spell power. So the 58 template gear. I don't know, like I made a 58 template and did some quests. It was a fucking nightmare. Like I think every person has probably tried that, right? That's in the beta, just to see how it is. I don't think the 58 template gear on the beta is going to be the same as the 58 boost gear. There's no way they give people gear that's that bad. Like it is so bad. I would not like conflate the two. I think it's probably going to be different gear, right? It's so terrible.
That's,
yeah.
At the end of the day, people care. They'll watch my video, they'll like my video, they'll put in a comment and fucking say Blizzard and then replaces the Z's with money signed S's, and you know, they'll be like, oh fuck Bobby Kotick, goddamn goblin, you know, I knew the galley was based off of him, and then they'll just keep playing the game. And that's the truth. Gamers, there's no weaker force than a gamer boycott in the entire world, okay? Like it's like being strangled by a kitten. I'm sorry. Every gamer boycott is only one 3-minute cinematic away from being over. And that's the truth. Hey, look at Diablo 4. Free Hong Kong, by the way.
Ooh.
And this is just what's going to happen.
Let me take a look. Another good one. Okay, I'll watch this. What is this? We're gonna keep playing this.
Dobra, to jest Bóg na pewno.
Oh no.
Bugged. Mob. Didn't die after.
Oh no.
Dobra, to jest Bóg na pewno.
I'm gonna keep playing this.
And I'm making this video mainly because I'm upset about it. Because I know that I'm spitting into the wind here.
Dude, okay, hold on. I saw copy pasta. It's so fucking funny. It's so fucking funny. It was like you've spent 18 hours a day for the last 20 months playing Classic WoW. You grinded rank 14, you got Scarab Lord, you have 2 legendary items, you know, like you killed Kel'Thuzad and have a sub 1 hour Naxxramas speedrun, and you're gonna have to watch streamers that quit in phase 2 play the beta. Get fucked. And it's like, you know, like that's actually like really depressingly fucking true, actually. It actually is
it
true.
doesn't matter, and I'm just trying to make my last-ditch effort of letting as many people know as possible that I don't want to see this in the game. I don't think it's good for the game. I never have thought it was good for the game, and I've been very vocal about that, much to the dismay of many people on the forums.
Dr. Fellatio!
I've gotten a lot of criticism over that over the years, and I'm not going to stop because it's what I think is true. Fact is that I think this is exactly the kind of stuff that drove people away from retail. Blizzard intentionally, they made Classic, like, let's be honest, right? Every video game is made with a target audience. Classic WoW's target audience was getting back those boomer players that they lost 10 or 15 years ago.
True.
And now they're going down the exact same path to lose them again. They're doing the exact same things. And it sucks to see. It hurts to see that, because I want people to have the experience that I did as close as possible. And the last thing that I want to talk about is the 60 IQ idea that having a mage boost you in Zul'Farrak or a mage boost you in Scarlet Monastery is the exact same thing as having a literal microtransaction. And I could say micro, but let's be honest, it's probably going to be like $40.
Well, yeah, okay, so like at its purest form, this is a mage who is a player that is playing the game, offering a service that he is selling to you for gold that you farmed. There is nothing wrong, like there was nothing wrong with that. In reality, back in reality, it's probably some guy that bought gold that, yeah, like you know what it is, right? It's a mage that's actually a fucking bot, you know, like you know what it is. But like, if not for that, it's totally fine. But unfortunately, you know, there's the fucking botting problem.
That's
but even so, either way, even if it, okay, the worst case scenario is it's a fucking bot boosting someone that bought gold. Still, I guess like it's obviously bad. Still is not as bad as someone just straight up buying a 58 boost for $60, right? It's like magnitudes worse, I think.
Macro transaction, okay? Like in a phone game, you can buy a whole city for $10. In WoW, it takes you 25 to just buy a mount. Regardless, if you really think that it's the exact same thing as literally paying the company real life money, getting your credit card out, no gameplay required, no gold required, getting your credit card out and giving them money and them just increasing the level of your character, if you think that is genuinely the same as a mage who is then creating a reason to farm gold, who is then giving people something to do, who is then doing something himself, playing the game, even if it's a way that you might not like, he is still playing the game. I would say emergent player behavior, however, you know, however degenerate you might consider it, is still 1,000 fucking times better than a goddamn microtransaction. And the fact is that Blizzard has taken this faulty logic and they're using it to...
Dude, do you think on my Warlock, like, I blast to 70, could I turn around and boost people in slave pens? How much would people pay, dude? It's like the end of week 1 of TBC, right? It's like day 6 of TBC. And I'm in there, making like 10 million gold an hour. Oh yeah, probably. Like some people just fucking hate leveling.
Ruin the game. And the truth
I'm
is
not gonna do
this
that.
is not going to ruin the game.
You probably could,
this
though.
is not going to just, oh, they do the boost and TBC is dead. The truth is that they're going to do the boost. I'm going to boost up a paladin, let's be honest. I think we're all going to use the boost.
Carl, good morning.
And
Yo.
everything's going to go on as normal. And the apathy levels in the game are just going to increase slightly. And this is what I was talking about earlier with the death of 1,000 cuts. I think this is just going to be 1 or 2 or a dozen, depending on who you are, more cuts against your apathy and your enjoyment of the game, and the permanence and the feeling of satisfaction that you have whenever you succeed and you obtain something in game. I don't know how many times I had people mess.
Bro, look at the fucking downvotes on this video. Retail lane is not like Asmon, fuck retail. I mean, it's actually not bad. Like, I actually have like a little plugin that says the ratio, I think, right? He's 98% upvote. It's not bad. It's not bad at all, right? I think that's pretty reasonable.
People message
it's
me
only
pissed off
138.
that I took gold in Classic WoW. Pissed off that I had like my Warlock boosted in BRD or pretty much any dungeon, really. I didn't level it a whole lot myself, and they were angry that I did that. And the truth is, the reason for that is because they deep down, they know that that's not the way that they think the game should be played. But I think I agree with those people in saying that I really, really, really don't think the game should be played with money. I think the game should be played and not paid. And it's disappointing to see this happen again. I don't know what to do, but I wanted to put my voice out there and...
I actually had sort of like an ethical, dilemma, okay? It occurred to me that, let's say someone comes up to me on stream and says, hey, Staysafe, they're on stream. Hey, Staysafe, big fan, here's 1,000 gold. Dude, Dark Sharpie, good morning. Thank you, thank you. He comes up and says, hey, Staysafe, you're my favorite streamer. Here's 1,000 gold. And then after I take the gold, he says, by the way, I bought that on a gold farming site. Or on a gold buying site, right? What do I do? What am I, as the guy that got traded 1,000 gold he bought from a third-party site, what am I supposed to do with the gold? And it occurred to me that, delete it? Well, here's actually an even better thing. I should take it and hold on to it and spend it on a gold sink. So I take that gold and I spend it on an epic flying mount or on respecking or on something like that, because that way I am removing that gold from the game. So it's actually a really good service that I'm doing. I'm taking that illicit gold and removing it. It's like if you find a bag of crack on the street, you just throw it in the incinerator, you get rid of it, because that way okay, no one else is going to do this crack accidentally, because you destroyed it, right? Or you could smoke it, I guess. Like, you could say, yeah, no one else, I know no one else is going to smoke this crack because I'm going to smoke it. And I'm going to save someone else's life. Yeah. That's actually exactly the analogy. Yes.
Say how I feel about it. I don't support the level boost. I'll use it, of course. Mm-hmm. There's a button in the game that you just click and it gives you 1 million gold. I'd smash it. And I don't support the mount either. I took the first store mount that you get from the 6-month recurring sub, because I have 6-month recurring sub. Everybody knows I'm not really going to quit, right? And I took the first mount, the Dreadwake, and from now on, I don't take any more of the mounts. I don't want to support. I don't want to support it because I don't think it's good for the game. And anyway, I wanted to make this video and just get my thoughts out there and explain kind of how I feel. I think it's just the exact same road that we went down with Retail WoW. The exact same mindset of end game is the only game, and I think it's toxic to the game. I really do, and I hope that Blizzard reconsiders it. I don't think they will, because it makes them money. But
Beardy, I think they just accelerate. I'm actually a Classic WoW accelerationist. I think they should start selling more mounts and more race changes, gender changes, whatever. I think they should sell way more shit. They should actually double it, triple it, fucktuple it, sell even more shit on the shop, and then we can come to the conclusion that it's gotten so bad that then we can sort of rewind again and do classic WoW and just start over again from scratch.
I hope they will, and that's why I'm making this video and getting my thoughts out there. So guys, I hope you understand kind of where I'm coming from. If you like the boost because, hey, you just want to level your fucking character and that's it, you don't really give a shit about the rest of it, hey, it is what it is, man. Like, I'm not going to hold that against you. Everybody's going to try to do whatever they can to play the game. Totally fine. My frustration lies pretty much entirely with Blizzard. I don't like what they're doing.
I mean, like, is it safe to assume that there's like a pretty easy way to make sure you don't play with people who boosted, right? Anyone that is not a Blood Elf or a Draenei, because they can't do this anyway. Anyone in TBC that is not a Blood Elf or a Draenei that does not have a Classic WoW PvP title is either a boost or someone that started in TBC, and you're gonna have a bad time, right? Probably because their gear is gonna be terrible. It's gonna be rough.
Anybody who takes advantage of things that are in the game that they can take advantage of, I don't really give a shit, right? It's as long as it's not like actively like griefing somebody or something like that. It's totally up to you. But I do take some degree of umbrage with Blizzard for making this possible. I think it's bad for the game. It was bad for retail, and now it's going to be bad for Classic BC as well. Anyway, guys, this is almost a 30-minute video. And again, it's not even half as long as Mad Season's video that I'm going to link down below. And if you think I'm too much
It's a good video. We already saw that. Nice gatekeeping new players. Yeah, because I'm being totally serious and not facetious at all.
of an asshole to get this point across, watch that video, and he's much more reasonable than I am, and definitely changed my mind completely. And I am completely against the boost, and also, of course, against the mount. But I think you guys definitely knew the second one. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching. Give me a like, give me a sub, and also, more importantly, give me a comment. Tell me how you feel, tell me what you think, and I'd be curious to hear other people's impressions and opinions about this. Because, again, I just see us going right down the exact same road with the exact same logic than we have before. So anyway, guys, thank you all very much for watching. I really appreciate it if you've gotten this far.
Oh, it's Mr. Peanut Butter.
And until next time.
Yeah, I feel like most people agree at this point. I'll be honest, I made my anti-boost video about a week before Mad Season made his. And that video has like a 65% upvote, 35% downvote. There were a lot, maybe even worse ratio than that. There were a lot of people that were mad. And then I think time went on, give it a week, Mad Season made his, more people started coming around to the idea. I think like more people are anti-boost than they were initially. I think after they thought about it and they kind of like heard some of the reasonable arguments against boosts, I think people kind of came around to it. Yeah, I think people kind of have like come around on it and realized it's bad. Still though, is Blizzard gonna do anything? Probably not.